Yo, what the deal? It's your boy X.E.L.O. Welcome back to the channel. Thank you. Yes, you. Thank you for coming back. But if you are new here, do me a favor, like, subscribe, hit that bell notification. That'll let you know when I drop another video. Today, this is something that hasn't been done. I haven't seen anybody do it. We're going to do Bandlab versus Cakewalk. Yes, I said it. Bandlab versus Cakewalk. Which one do you think is actually going to pull out the W this time? I think it's very interesting. Bandlab purchased Cakewalk a while ago, and they've actually made some very great strides and improvements inside of Cakewalk itself. But currently, Bandlab has been stepping its game up tremendously. So I just wanted to kind of go over it with you guys, kind of show you what's going on with the Bandlab, and seeing that we're still waiting for Sonar to actually be released to a perpetual license, not just online. Seeing that you have to actually have a Bandlab subscription to even use Sonar now. So it's like, you know, up in the air. What are those things we're gonna kind of discuss? But let's take a look at both of these DAWs and see which one reigns supreme. Let's go. All right, so first off, I'm going to start with Bandlab. I'm actually signed into my Bandlab account. If you're not following me yet, definitely follow your boy. So if you go up here to the top right hand corner, you'll see an option that says create, and then it gives you two options. So you can even do a song starter where it'll actually make a track for you. If you have like some kind of lyrics that you want to go with it, it'll kind of add those lyrics as well. I think that's super cool. So I'm going to kind of start with a song starter just so you guys can kind of see it. And as you see, it'll load up. And then it'll kind of do its thing and say, hey, what do you want to do? You know, what genre are you trying to make? So if you hit like, let's say hip hop. Let's do hip hop and get started. So basically what it's going to do is create some ideas, and they'll give you about 3 of them, I believe, that'll let you kind of decide which one you want to run with. I can't even hear it because I don't have All right, so we're definitely probably not going to use that one. Let's hear what it came up with. I think that one has some potential. Let's go to the last one. That sounds like some kind of Mario game or something. Pretty interesting. All right. So, and then decided that it wanted to do like a D major scale for hip hop, 89 beats per minute. So it's giving you like pretty much how you would actually lay out your track. So if you wanted to edit it, you can edit this in the studio, or you can hit the dice to actually get more options and suggestions, or you can even hit this option here that says save for later. So I'm going to go with this one here, the second one, right? And I'm going to go edit in studio. And basically what it's going to do is load up all the sounds that is actually done. So all these sounds are what is actually, and is did it up to 16 bars. So I think that's pretty impressive that they have the AI kind of generating stuff for you, just as simple, just to come up with ideas. Sometimes you don't have all the ideas. Sometimes you don't figure everything out as soon as you open up the DAW. And I think this is super dope to actually have in your arsenal. Right, and like I said, it has a lot of potential. If you can spice up these drums, that would be really cool. So you can like double click and it'll bring up like the drum section in here. So they have like kind of like a step sequencer in a way. You can kind of add your little notes in here pretty easy. See, so you can just double click to add a note and double click to remove. and you get to see all of the drums, and they're kind of labeled by the keyboard. So if you have a typing keyboard, all of these, like the M, the N, so all of this is on the keyboard, right? So I think that's pretty cool. You can always remove all of this stuff out of here and create your own drum pattern. But I just wanted to show you guys this really quickly, that you have these options. I think that's really, really dope. So you can go to the sampler part, right? And here are all the samples. Right. So, and you could edit the samples if you wanted to. You could reverse them, do the one shots. You could do a gated one, so where you have to hold each note kind of thing. You can put them in groups, which is also dope as well. So you can, like, if you hit one key, it'll trigger two of them. So these are the options that you have inside of Bandlab, and I think this is like truly amazing if you really think about it. All right. But let's look at Cakewalk real quick and show you what's going on there. All right, so here we are in Cakewalk, and you can start your own projects. If you're used to Cakewalk, this is the screen you'll get, the Let's Get Started screen. I believe they changed it for Sonar, but we haven't gotten there yet. Let's do a new project, and I'm just going to start with my kit. All right, so both these DAWs are absolutely free. There's not a cost for either one of these DAWs. You can go and sign up for Bandlab for free. You can go get Cakewalk by Bandlab for free as well. You can just go to the website and download it. It actually comes with some instruments inside there and some plugins and things like that. Whereas Bandlab, everything is online, right? But there are limitations to the Cakewalk one. It doesn't work for any other system but Windows, so it's only on Windows. So you don't have the option to use it on a Mac or on a computer, or on your tablet, or on your phone. Whereas Bandlab is pretty much universal. As long as you have an internet connection and you can get onto the internet, you should be able to use Bandlab on that device. I think that part of it is really, really cool. It doesn't matter if you have like a regular phone, you can hook your phone up to a keyboard or like a little MIDI controller, and you can still use Bandlab that way. So it doesn't really matter if you're on a laptop, if you're on a Chromebook. This is why it can be used for a lot of teaching environments. A lot of teachers could actually use Bandlab because it comes stock full of sounds, stock full of instruments, and stock full of effects as well. So comparing like that part of it to Cakewalk, I would have to give it to Bandlab. Bandlab is definitely a lot easier to kind of set up and use, get to. It has more instruments, more sounds, more effects than you can do inside of Cakewalk. So got to get that one to Bandlab. So let's do a voice inside of Bandlab. So I'm gonna do this voice audio. And when I pull up a voice audio or anything to do with the vocals, as you can see, it gives you an auto pitch already set up inside the DAW. You don't have to look for it. It's right here. It's already set up. So you have an option just to turn on the auto pitch. So the auto pitch will automatically come on. So you have this option that says duet. So if I do a duet in monitor, duet, 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 duet. Or you can do big harmony, right? And they have a natural option, and this is actually for the paid version. And then you also have an option to do effects here. So if you wanted some effects, you can just add an effect, and it doesn't necessarily matter which one you want. You have a whole bunch of different ones on here. You have like a feedback killer, some gain knobs, a reverser, stereo wise. You can add like your width and stuff in there. I think this is super dope, man. Like you have all these options. Tape simulator, an exciter, a vocal enhancer. And this is all in the free version of Bandlab, right? So that right there, I mean, it's just amazing. So let's go to Cakewalk. And as you see, there's not much to really do here. Like I can do the input on here. All right. So in Cakewalk, I am using the Brainworks CRISPR tuner. And I've made a bus for it so you can actually hear it. So I have it on live, so it'll try to keep up with me. But as you see, it doesn't have those other options like you do have inside of the Bandlab app. So yeah, so this one has to go to Bandlab. Man. All right. So those are a couple of the comparisons that people will actually kind of have. Um, Cakewalk comes with a whole lot of different things inside of it that'll make it stand out a lot. So does Bandlab. But let me just kind of run down some of the pros and cons of both of these DAWs. So let's add an instrument really quick. And this is what the instruments look like. Really, really nice. It comes with a lot of different sounds. So if you go here to where it says like grand, so you have pianos, you have 808s, you have brass, you have drum kits. Like all this is included inside of Bandlab for absolutely free. So anything that you're looking for, you should be able to find it in here without even having to use third-party software, right? So they have you covered there, right? And they have some really cool presets already set up inside here, right? So like you can have a whole lot of different things set up already, pre-set up inside here. Even gives you an option to save your setup. So if you wanted to save your setup, you can save it. And you can share your presets as well. You can do a clear all effects. Really, really dope. Of course, you have your MIDI editor where you can actually do your MIDI editing. And you also have an option to do like randomization on here. You can do legato, humanize, quantize, transpose. And this smart view is actually something really cool. So if you have it locked into a certain key, you can use this smart view and it'll actually remove the other keys that are not in the key, right? So let's say we do a minor, right? So it'll remove the keys that are not in the actual chord. Another option that they do have, if you go to the instrument here, right? So if you go over here to this right-hand side, you have your option for octaves, sustain. You can hook it up to like a keyboard. So whatever like your MIDI devices, you can hook it up right here, right? You can set your scale here as well. And I set it to a minor scale. So this right here, smart chords, is super dope, right? If I turn this on, right, I can just click on a key and it'll make chords automatically. And you can do like complex chords. And you also have an option to strum. So you can strum to the left or to the right. So I'm gonna strum this. Super, super dope. Nothing is like this inside of Cakewalk. Hopefully they do have something like this coming out inside of Sonar, but right now I currently doubt that that is the case. So inside of Bandlab, the thing about Bandlab, there is no mixer. So if you're looking to try to use like you're used to like having a mixer and faders down here, there is no option for that inside of Bandlab. You don't have an arrangement option, so you can't really arrange inside here the way you can inside of Cakewalk. Like you have different arrangements that you can actually use. It doesn't come with the Pro channel like it does inside of Cakewalk, but I think these effects are really, really cool and easy to kind of use and set up. And you have like your volume and pan and stuff over here. So you don't necessarily have to worry about any of those things. But it would be cool to actually have an option for the mixer. The only mixing you have like for your master is right here. This is your sound going out. What's really dope about Bandlab, of course, is that you have the Bandlab sounds. So you can go through all these sounds and samples and loops and one shots all for free. This is all free. So like, don't get it twisted. All this stuff is free. So this is just like using Cakewalk, but you just have more options to do so many more things inside here, right? You can even have lyrics and notes. So if you wanted to type in your lyrics, you can have your lyrics right here on the side and just have your beat going and have your lyrics on the side. And when you're ready to record, you can just read your lyrics right off the side in Bandlab. And I think their export kind of needs some work as well. So, you go to project and then you can kind of download the project and do like a mix down, or you can do it as tracks. Really dope in here is the option to do collaborations. So you can actually do collaborations in here as well. So if you know somebody on Bandlab, like I said, hit me up, people. I'll probably be on Bandlab a little bit more now. And you can just go to like invite up here. You go to this invite and you can invite people to come into your session. So if you're working on something and somebody that's really good with like drums or whatever, like, hey man, I just did this loop on here. Can you put some drums to it? And they'll open up your session and be able to assist you that way as well. Then you can actually put it out there into the public and have people jump on there. They call it forking. I know it sounds weird, but yeah. So you can actually do that and have other people jump on your tracks from the Bandlab community. Super dope, right? Right. And another con would be that it doesn't support third party. So there's no third party applications that you can use inside here, which is understandable seeing that it's all online. So if you don't have an internet connection, I wouldn't say get or use Bandlab. But nowadays, almost everything has an internet connection. Your phone can be used as a hotspot. There are so many Wi-Fi places you can actually go to now. Like, I don't see a reason why you wouldn't be able to use Bandlab. And they've actually made it a lot more stable than it used to be. Like, I used to have a lot of glitches and things when was on the Bandlab app trying to use it on the computer. Now, there's not many issues that I can really say it has when it's connecting to the network and actually trying to do stuff in here, right? So let's go to Cakewalk. All right, so some of the pros of Cakewalk is definitely, to me, is the pro channel. I do use the pro channel. I know a lot of people will say that they don't use the pro channel. I use it. I think it's a dope thing to have. You have like this 1177 compressor. You have your EQ. I just really wish they would give us another EQ. I don't understand the issue of not being able to use or set up or get another EQ in the pro channel. I'm not talking about a third party one. I'm not talking about the Sonivox one. I'm talking about just having another one of these EQs inside of the pro channel. So usually your subtractive one is the first one up. So you want to take away all the harsh sounds and noises and highs and peaks and all the rumbling out of the voice. Usually that's the subtractive one. That's the one you use first. And I usually use this for subtraction, but I want to have one to add later on. So after I add my compressors and reverb and things like that, I kind of want to still tweak after that. And I have to use a third party EQ because they only give you one inside the pro channel. So that's one of my, peeves. I've stated it many times inside of the forum. I haven't seen any changes yet, so I stopped worrying about it. All right. But yeah, the pro channel is definitely one of the dope things. And you have a mixer in here, which you do not have inside of Bandlab. And you have a bus option. So you can do buses and alt channels in here as well. So that is definitely one of the pluses of actually having a Cakewalk. Arrangements, like I love being able to do arrangements and kind of see how my arrangement is laid out. And Cakewalk gives you several options to kind of do, and you could do more than one. So you can have several arrangements up in here if you wanted to. So that in itself makes it really, really dope to me. And I would say it's a little bit more stable, but not anymore. I would say the Bandlab one is probably a little more stable. I haven't had any issues since I've been using it. The difference is Cakewalk gives you unlimited tracks. So as many tracks as your computer can handle is how many tracks you can actually make in Cakewalk. Currently, for the free version of Bandlab, you only have 16 tracks. I know that doesn't sound like a lot, but it actually is a lot. Most people don't usually use over 16 tracks unless you're doing like orchestral stuff and you're adding a whole bunch of layers and elements like that. But 16 can get the job done, right? If you do the subscription base, where you can actually get the Sonar and the Cakewalk Next, you will actually get 32 tracks of available options inside of the Bandlab one. But other than that, I would say the export feature inside of the regular Cakewalk is completely dominant over Bandlab. I do like the fact that you do have an option to go to Bandlab as well. So if you're actually doing like export, it gives you an option to go to Bandlab, right? And export your project straight to Bandlab, right? So you don't have to worry about uh, unlimited tracks or anything like that. You can just send your track directly to Bandlab and upload it. So that part is really cool. You don't necessarily have the option for sounds. Like Cakewalk has a limited amount of sounds. You get like the E piano, you get the bass, you get the drums, and you get the strings. So that's like 4 or 5 instruments. They don't even have like a dedicated or just regular grand piano. There's no options for that in there. They used to come with a whole bunch of different ones that were third party from Roland, but they no longer have that inside of Cakewalk by Bandlab. And I believe they got rid of the TTS1. So if you're just getting into Cakewalk by Bandlab, you've missed out on the TTS1. I believe they stopped putting it inside of the package. So there's that. So you're getting even less instruments. But the good thing about it is that you get to use third-party instruments if you have them on your computer. That is definitely a plus to have, you know, different VST companies giving you sounds and things like that. But Bandlab, I don't think it really needs it. I think you have all that you need to create whatever you want inside of Bandlab. And I think that's what makes it really, really stand out. So yeah, so those are the kind of things that we are looking at right now. So I want to know, in you guys' honest opinion, I want to leave it below in the comment section. If Cakewalk or Sonar had all these things that Bandlab have, do you really think they would be where they are now? Like, I think this would set them above a lot of other DAWs, because even inside of Bandlab, you have an option to do the stem separation, and you can separate them even further. You can do 6 different separations, one for piano, one for guitar, bass, drums, and other sounds. Like, you have all these options inside of Bandlab that are not currently inside of Cakewalk by Bandlab, or even in Sonar. But I mean, that's neither here nor there. But yeah, let me know below in the comment section what you guys think about this. Who do you think took it? My honest opinion, I'm gonna say Bandlab, and I know that's a very hard pill to swallow for a lot of the people who've been using Sonar and Cakewalk for all these years. Yeah, you're gonna tell me I have unlimited tracks. That's cool, but how many of those unlimited tracks do you really do? You have a more secure way of saving it online. You have a cloud base, so you don't have to worry about your hard drive completely failing on you, and you can't pull up your projects. You have it on the cloud. So, I mean, it's just so many different things. You saw that the auto tune is automatically set up on the track. As soon as you do a vocal track, it's automatically set up in there. As soon as you do a guitar track, you already have your amps and basses already set up on there. If you do a bass guitar, the bass amps are already set up on there, right? So if you go to instruments, you've seen tons and tons of instruments in there, and I don't see them actually stopping there. Then you can actually go to the side. If you say, you know what, I want to do some samples, they have a whole sample library there. Whether you want just drums, whether you want synthesizers, whether you want vocals, all that is right there inside of Bandlab, right? Like I said, the only thing I could think of is like the export feature, the arranger, pro channel. Like, those are the things that stand out to me that Cakewalk may be a little bit better in, but everything else is landslide Bandlab. So with that being said, that's pretty much the end of this video. I hope you guys really enjoyed this one. Please leave below in the comment sections which one you think would win in this versus battle. I want honest opinions, please. Honest opinions. I don't want just because you've been using Cakewalk since it was an infant, you know, like that doesn't matter. It really doesn't. But now we have Sonar coming out. It does have a sampler in there, but it's still incomplete. Doesn't have a drum rack. Doesn't have a drum machine. It doesn't have auto tune set up in there. It doesn't have a tuner set up in there. It doesn't have the pitch control. It doesn't have chord generator. It doesn't have stem separation. Like there's a lot of things missing from Sonar. So yeah, I would love to know you guys' opinion. I know I keep saying that, but yeah, that's pretty much the end of this video, man. Thank you guys for watching. Make sure you are liking and subscribing to the channel. I'm almost at 10K subscribers, and I wish and appreciate every single person that has hit that like button, that has hit that subscribe button, that hit that bell notification to let you guys know when I drop another video. But yeah, once again, it's your boy, X.E.L.O. Till next time, people. Peace.
AutoRewind.